Lima Radio 010, Prince Edward Island. Who is it?
9 Lima Radio 010, Prince Edward, UDX 483, South Carolina. Hello, my friend.
Hey, good evening there, 483 South Carolina. You're making a good trip up here to Prince Edward Island, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, you coming in loud and clear, which is nobody out here right now, it appears. I heard some people trying to have a QSO on 555, but that's another story.
Hey, Roger that. Yeah, some people don't really know how it works for sure. We got Todd here, Tango Oscar Delta Delta, QTH. I'm about, I'd say about 30 miles southeast of Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Just about a mile from the coast there.
Roger, I got you 5757, good clear audio. I'm about 30 miles west of the east coast of South Carolina, just outside of Charleston, South Carolina. Operator on this end is Steve, Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo, QSL.
Hey, Roger that, Steve. It's been a long time since I've been down your way. I think it was about 1989. I took a trip down to South Carolina and North Carolina, Tennessee. Real beautiful country you've got down there. How's the weather there today?
Not too awful bad. We crested right around 60 degrees Fahrenheit. A nice sunny day. A little bit of a breeze this afternoon, which was a little bit cool, but you know, for most people they say, oh man, that's wonderful, but we don't like cold down here, at least I don't. There's a lot of people moving here that love it, but you know, like I tell them, go back north and you can feel the cold.
Yeah, Roger that. Yeah, it's a little cooler up here, just below the freezing mark. It was fairly calm and sunny though today, so it wasn't too bad to be outside. I think it's going to be about the same for the next couple of days. We haven't really had any snow yet, so we've been lucky in that respect. But I'm not a fan of the cold either, but there's nowhere really to go up here in Canada that's warm unless you go to the far west coast of Vancouver. But it's pretty expensive to live there. But if I were an American, I can't imagine why anybody would live in the north of the U.S. I'm surprised the whole population isn't in the south there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, they're working on it. They're definitely working on migrating this way. We now have the deepest port on the east coast, and oh my goodness, everything is going crazy here. We've got these spec buildings, they call them, empty warehouses coming up everywhere. I passed a sign for one the other day, said 2.5 million square feet available.
Wow, that's really something. I think South Carolina is one of the states that's doing pretty good economically, is that right?
Well, apparently maybe the state does. It's pretty low as far as what you call medium income. Yeah, it's pretty low on the spectrum, but the state itself does well. Yeah, they government seems to scoop everything they can, that's for sure.
Roger that. We have the same problem here. Prince Edward Island, I guess, is one of the poorest provinces of Canada, and we're running into all kinds of problems with high immigration, but we just don't have the housing, we don't have the health care to handle it. We got all kinds of problems in that respect, and because of all the influx of people, real estate prices tripled in the last 5 years, so it's hard for a young fella to be able to buy a house. It's a real mess up here. I'm sure you've heard of what some of the problems we have with our leadership here, so it's a complete disaster, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, we've got housing. We've got apartments. We've got houses. Everything is just they're buying up every little bit of real estate there is, and yeah, our real estate is definitely booming as far as the price is going up, and yeah, we're running into infrastructure issues as far as highways and so forth already, and like I said, you know, as of last year, I do believe it was, we've got the deepest port on the east coast, and they're prepping for it. But the bad thing is, you know, this state is probably, it's one of its biggest industries in this state was wood. Big part of it was the wood chips that were done after they milled lumber, and they've shut down the chip mills. So therefore, you know, there's no chip mills in South Carolina. You have to truck it to Georgia, which isn't cost effective. So now they've shut down the sawmills, and yeah, it's a big mess. They were shipping a lot of lumber or timbers, you know, full cut trees to Japan and so forth, different countries, and now a good majority of that is cut back. So you know, there's good and bad with everything. You know, the trucks, they'll now be hauling dirt and gravel and everything else, but you know, these guys that have logged and have these logging companies, you know, their trucks will still be running, but they won't be running. So yeah, it's a double-edged sword for sure.
Hey, roger that. Yeah, we ran into a little bit of that here as well. We got a lot of forestry here, and there was a pulp mill in Nova Scotia. We're just there's a ferry that runs from our island to Nova Scotia, and but that pulp mill closed down, so that kind of wiped that out. And our biggest commodity here would be potatoes. We're like we do a lot for McCain's, and so that's pretty intensive industry out here, as well as tourism would be a lot.
Yeah, Roger, I got about 98% of that. I lost a little bit there at the end, the infamous radar sound, which I don't believe is radar. I think it's hams. I really do believe it's hams coming up and doing it, because it's like it's not like when you're sitting quiet and you hear it, it'll chirp a couple times. It sits there and it goes over and over and over, and it'll stop, and if you're still talking, it'll start again. But yeah, that's another beast. We will talk about another date.
Yeah, roger that. Wouldn't be surprising if that's what the source of those were, for sure. Hey, are you guys getting any of those drone flyovers where you are?
As a matter of fact, we had some last night, from what I understand. But you know, there's going to be copycats all over. Now that it's drawing attention, these fools are going to get out there and they're going to be doing it. But you know, they say, oh, well, they're testing for radiation. Well, you don't need 6 drones in a small area to test for radiation. All you need is one to fly through. So that shoots that theory down for sure.
Yeah, roger that. And it seems to be kind of silly that that's just a new thing for drone testing for radiation. You think we'd be seeing that for the last few years, but yeah, it's kind of strange. I've been kind of keeping an eye on it here. My son and I, we saw something similar back in October out here coming over the ocean, and we didn't really know what the heck it was, but it sure is perplexing for sure, especially when you hear 50 or 60 at a time coming in over the ocean. Kind of makes you wonder what the heck they are.
Wow, I hadn't heard those numbers. I've heard a QSK a few times. I'm going to stand back and see if you can hear him there, Roger.
Roger that. Go ahead, QSK.
I just wanted to talk to you real quick, Steve. Hello from Oregon State. What are you saying?
Like a tour in the background.
Roger, yes, I do believe it was UDX 534, if I'm not mistaken. I heard Oregon State and the UDX and the Mobile, so I'm pretty sure that's Ryan, UDX 534 there, Roger.
QSL, Steve. I was just hearing the band in the Mobile when I heard you. I wanted to say hello around Carolina.
Roger, Ryan, I got you right in the noise floor, but I got you in there. I heard you for sure, 100% there.
All right, Steve, I just wanted to wave a hand. I'll let you get back to your queue, so real good. 759
Well, I'm glad I'm doing that good. My conditions are failing over here as we speak. I sat there and listened to you go away. Maybe you're driving up into the mountains going elk hunting again, and maybe that's the case. But I heard you right up to the 7 and 9, and that's where I lost you.
Yep, I'm up in the mountains elk hunting right now, Steve, you got it. USL on the end of Mountain Hill County. Okay, I'll wait for my mother nature to come back. Hey, 7-3, Steve, GDX 483, GDX 534 in the Mobile.
Ciao, ciao, Ryan. 010, you still there?
Hey, roger that, go ahead.
But yeah, it's definitely interesting. We haven't had anything to that stature around here. I think they spotted like 6 or 7 in a group last night. They caught it last night, but the picture I saw looked like it was right at sunrise. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You know, they say you can't do anything about it and everything else, you know. But, you know, around here they do an awful lot of hunting, and there's a lot of people say that they got the guns waiting by the door, and they say you can't shoot it down, but they say that's the only way we're going to find out who's doing it is shoot one down and see who comes for it.
Yeah, roger that. Actually, I saw a video on Instagram today of a fella trying to shoot at one, but I think it was too far away.
Yeah, the bad thing about it, you know, is people don't think about, you know, depending on what you're shooting with it, and doesn't matter what you're shooting with, it's coming down somewhere, hopefully not to someone.
Yeah, roger that. That's what I noticed with the video is he was shooting over the roofs of houses and stuff like that, so made me wonder that he may end up hitting something by mistake.
Yeah, Roger, I worked in a dealership for 10 years, and the surrounding area was very, very low income and high income for certain individuals that sold certain products. And New Year's, we came in, and it was raining on the 2nd or 3rd when we came back, and I walked out in the shop, and there was a big stream of water coming through the ceiling, and I looked up, and sure enough, there was a bullet hole. I found the bullet right below it on the ground, and we had 3 cars on the lot that had also taken bullets, where somebody had walked out at New Year's and popped off around a clip or so, I guess. And yeah, it comes down, and it comes down just as fast as it goes up.
Hey, roger that. Yeah, I worked in dealerships for about 30 years, and we never ran anything like that. We sure saw some strange stuff, but nothing like that up here. But yeah, when you work in the service departments, you could almost write a book on the stuff you see.
Oh yeah, for sure. I did insurance appraisals, and went out independent for a couple years, and some of the people I dealt with on the salvage end of it, they would send me pictures of stuff in the trunks of cars that they bought from us and so forth, and oh my goodness.
Hey, roger that, I can imagine. I kind of envy you guys down south there. I'm a bit of an old car buff, and you guys don't have to worry about the rust as much as we do up here. I think I live in the rust capital of Canada, which is unbelievable how rotten things get here.
Yeah, you know, we don't get the salt rust, but we have so much humidity and so much vegetation. The cars here that sit in the people's yards, you know, trying to get somebody around here to let go of something is almost like going up and kicking them in the balls and saying, give me $5 for doing that. You know, it's they don't want to let go of anything, and then, you know, the cows and the glass runs and everything, the moldings, they fill full of leaves, which turns to dirt, and when it turns to dirt, it gets roots, and it's not long, it's through the metal. And I've actually seen 67, 68 Camaro with a live oak tree through the center of the roof.
Is that right? Yeah, that's crazy. No, you know, it's pretty sad here with all the salt, and then we got the ocean around us, that's salt, and so we have salt air, and then we have salt on the roads in the winter, and they mix it with gravel, so your rocker panels just get sandblasted and they rot out. In fact, the dealers here usually carry subframes for a lot of the cars. Once they hit about 12 or 13 years old, then that's it for the subframes, and they're rotted right out, and they have to replace them. So it's pretty nasty icy out here. If you have anything good, you put it away for the winter for sure, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. Get the 4-wheel drive that's disposable, and drive it for the winter, huh?
Yeah, Roger that. That's what I do. I drive a piece of crap in the wintertime that I don't have to worry about for sure. But anyway, Steve, I'm starting to lose you a bit there, so I'm going to see 73s before we lose contact altogether. It's been a real treat talking to you there, and hopefully we'll hear you in there again.
Roger, Roger. Well, yeah, pleasure was all mine for sure. Definitely glad I heard you call. And I've got a YouTube channel, and I'm still recording, so if you'd like to see what you sounded like in South Carolina, I'll put it on my YouTube channel, and with your permission, of course, and you can check it out. My YouTube channel is the same as my call, minus the 2, UDX-483, and glad to put you out there if you don't mind.
Yeah, Roger, that's no problem. I think a couple other folks have put me on there too. A couple of guys in England did that, so that's no problem. And yeah, it was absolutely. So thanks again, and pleasure's all mine. Have yourself a good weekend, and 73s to you.
Roger on that. And that was 9 Tango Charlie 010 Prince Edward, correct?
It's actually 9 Lima Radio 010.
That might have been somebody else's. I wrote down Lima Radio. Oh boy. Well, I would have caught it on the video, and I run it back and get it loaded for it anyway. But oh man. And operator Todd, I got that written down here. Okay, good deal. Well, the video will be your call sign 9 LR010 Todd, Prince Edward Island, with the frequency and the date. And it might be a few days before I get it up. If I get off my butt and get things done, we'll have it up in a day or so, maybe even tonight. Who knows? But yeah, I'll definitely put it out there, because this is a good one. Don't have a whole bunch of crap in there other than that radar the one time. So I definitely enjoyed it. Appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll catch each other again. Let's hope so. 9 Lima Radio 010 Todd. Again, pleasure was all mine. We'll say 73s, 51s, and a click, click, click until next time, my friend.
Hey, Roger that, Steve. All the best to you, and have yourself a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You take care.
Ciao, ciao.